Hey everybody, it's Dr. Nick. So guys, what's going on, man? I know,
Not everyone at once.
yeah, Scarecrow's
Hey everybody, it's Doc.
Oh, huh. Got to turn that off, bud.
Everything's good here.
so we got the northeast, we got the northwest, and we got the south going again tonight. So yeah, I don't know if you guys watched. I kind of watched quite a bit of that. It's almost like the O.J. Simpson trial back in the '90s, man. I'd
Oh, the
get
Oh,
Kenosha Kid trial there.
yeah, I've been watching that. I've
yeah,
been watching it at night, on the replay.
right.
It's
Yeah,
quicker if you turn the speed, the replay speed up. I usually watch it at 1.75.
yeah, I do the same, man. Uh, there's one guy, Good Luck America, Rick. He's a ex Air Force guy, and he was in the police force in California, and Texas for a while. And he's got some good comments, and I usually watch his. He plays it at like
Listen
1.5.
up, people. That guy.
Oh yeah, you know him,
Yeah.
Rick. Yeah, he's awesome. Yeah, but I don't know. I don't know. I was kind of wondering why they went with we're okay with lesser charges when they should have just been like, no, it's all or nothing. Because I don't think he's going to get convicted on, the murder charges. But I think they're probably going to nail him on a couple smaller charges. And from what I heard tonight, I was watching.
So he'll just get time served already. Then
Well, I think he
he's
was.
been in he's been in jail for quite a while.
I thought he bonded out. Um,
Well, he
Yeah, I
did,
thought
but
he
he's
bonded out
still
and he
he
was
did, but
at
he was
that
still in
bar
there.
posing with for pictures and stuff.
yeah.
I didn't hear about that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Apparently it was some boys that are proud that were hanging out at the bar, and he showed up wearing a t-shirt that said what the hell did it say? Free as fuck, something like that.
Yeah, that's it. Yep.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. I think the DAs, man, they are just both of them. You got Wimpy there. I'll give me a hamburger today, and I'll pay you Tuesday. And then you got Mr. Scarecrow guy, man.
That guy with the faux hawk, the slim guy with the glasses and
Yeah,
the faux hawk.
he's
Man,
been.
he's a
he's
fucking dipshit, isn't he?
Yeah,
it's Ned Flanders on The Simpsons.
yeah. There you go.
How many times has the judge yelled at that dude already?
Oh, geez,
Hmm,
I don't know.
half a
Many.
dozen. Yeah, he
Mm,
he was trying to get that trial for a mistrial so they could retrial it with a different judge.
really?
That's what I believe.
Yeah, I think he was trying to do something to fuck up the case. So yeah, they could get a retrial because they knew they blew it early on, and they shouldn't. I mean, technically, they shouldn't even have charged the kid. I mean, they could have charged him with some of the lesser ones last year, but
I mean,
with
it's like a misdemeanor, whatever. I mean, he was carrying the firearm. He's underage, right? And he wasn't around an adult. He was walking by himself.
yeah,
So they could get him with that. But then, the other guy, what's
Yeah,
his name?
but
Gage or
the
whatever.
ma-
I mean, he was concealed and didn't have a valid permit for concealed carry. So,
right,
he
and
got
I
he
mean,
got him he got immunity.
yeah, I think so. And he was on CNN. I think it was last night. I saw, and he contradicted his statement on CNN.
So
He
he
was,
got a he got immunity for attempted murder.
yeah, I'm sure he got immunity, just like that Kyle's buddy there. But they got two indictments on him for quote straw purchase. We'll see. We'll see what happens with that. But I don't know. I saw
well,
this
I
morning.
mean, it's not like he bought the firearm and gave it to Kyle
Right.
and let Kyle take it home. It was stayed at his buddy's house, and they only grabbed it when they were out together, which would be an adult supervising the situation, right?
Yeah,
Right.
in this state, you're allowed to have a firearm if you're with an adult.
Well, when I was growing up, we used to walk down the road with a shotgun over our shoulder. Nobody said nothing. And I'm talking about, 12, 13, 14-year-olds.
Oh yeah, man.
Right.
We
Oh
used to
yeah.
shoot 22s, man. Just take our Ruger, 10-22, and go out and pop cans or shoot frogs or something.
We
No
used to go
problem.
Well, yeah.
camping and don't bring no food and just eat squirrels and stuff, rabbits.
Hmm.
Well, I grew up in Maine, and you can be out hunting with your father at 10 years old.
Yeah, I don't know what the laws are on age here in Oregon. I just know you can conceal carry if you are on your way to or from and while participating in fishing and hunting. If you don't have a concealed carry,
I mean,
um,
honestly, a father and son going hunting. Do you think anybody checks to see if the son
no,
is of legal age?
no,
I mean, I went hunting at like 7, 8, 9. I grew up hunting.
yeah,
So,
yeah. Well, I did see this morning report there out of the local area in Wisconsin. They said their governor activated 200 or more National Guard.
oh
I'm like,
yeah, I saw that post you made.
no,
Yeah, yeah.
if he gets fully acquitted, that it's going to be like, is the city going to burn again? Is there going to be riotings?
I
I don't
saw
know. They're damned if they do, damned if they don't, in my
Right,
opinion.
right.
I saw a posting tonight for 500 for Kenosha.
Oh, is it 500 now? Wow.
Wow.
I just read that a couple hours ago.
For what reason now? I mean,
The
the
civil unrest.
where were they, you know, last summer?
Yeah.
I mean, I I don't know. I feel some kind of way about that shit, I mean, this is not just they're not just calling police or sheriffs from another county or something. I mean, they're calling military, right?
Yep. And I mean, out here we had 120 days of rioting and protesting in Portland, and that damn, Ted Wheeler, the skinny soy boy there, he refused to even ask the governor for National Guard because, it was screw the feds. And, that's why they were at the federal courthouse trying to burn it down all the time. And, they
What's
just,
up, Lance? I see you down there in the comments.
oh, hey, Lance.
My belief, Wheeler got paid off by somebody to be like that.
Yeah, well, he's a rich guy before he got. I mean, that guy's loaded.
Oh,
He's got a ton of money. Comes from a wealthy family.
So did they ever get Chaz or whatever back into the city limits, or is it still an
Yeah,
exclusion
there's
zone? And
still I think there's still some stuff going on up there, but you can't find anything other than maybe on Twitter or something like that. Local news won't touch it. I haven't been following Andy No or any of the guys that were up there for quite a few months because
um,
as soon as the weather got rainy, all the protests kind of just petered out. Nobody wants to be out in this shit, you know.
I kind of know Portland, Andy. I could shoot him a,
Okay.
a message
Yep.
and ask him if he's seen anything, and he might have a video on it. I don't know. If he does, I'll ask him for when he went over that way or something, just to go check things out, and that way I can grab that video.
right. So did you fellas hear about the blast going on in China?
Yeah. Yeah. It was like
Yeah, totally looked at that link
that.
too. That was interesting.
Yeah. The Indian news outlet. I think it's Indian. Yeah. I watch. I
I thought it
watch.
was UK news. I thought it was like England or something. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
In different places in China.
Yeah, like spread
I think it was
out
like
all over.
9 or 10 different places. I mean, you're
Yeah, I
right,
think there
spread
didn't
out.
it say there was like 19 different, like what kind of explosion did they call that?
There were different types. And one of the
They had a
reasons
name.
being is they're taking land from people. The government is.
Mm-hmm.
But the government's also suppressing this news story by a lot.
Yeah, I usually see more news about China coming out of Australia than I mean, Sky News Australia down there. They do a pretty good job of covering what's going on in the
Three
United.
Three
What's that?
Gorges
Right.
still holding up?
Say that again.
What's that, Roger?
Three Gorges Dam still holding up?
Yeah, I think so.
I haven't heard anything about that lately, so
If that
I didn't
thing,
know if anyone
that
knew.
thing failed, we'd hear about it because there'd be, flooding everywhere, and mass cash
I
would
think
be
it's estimated like 4 million people. If that thing
downstream. Yeah.
if it goes, yeah, there's like 400 million people it would kill. Estimated, of course.
Well, China doesn't really care about their population too, because I mean they got so many people. It's like, hey, if we lose, 100 million, it ain't gonna really affect us too much. I mean, they are communists, and what did communists do in the last century? Kill millions and millions and millions of people.
Yeah. Millions of their own.
Yep, yep, yep. Well, did you see that I think she's going up for some position in the Treasury. Um,
Oh,
I
that Asian looking lady?
Yeah, who's supposed to be formerly from the USSR, and from
She
what I
wants to
saw,
do away with
I
the
I found the entire symposium or whatever the hell they were doing online, and I think it may. I mean, I'm not going to say it was out of context, but I don't like when people splice and stuff. But it's still surprising what she said about the Fed. The Fed being the bank and no
yeah,
private.
Yeah.
she was saying to do away with the private banks
Yep.
and all deposited accounts will be held and managed by the Fed.
Right.
Yeah. And the last administration was thinking about ending the Fed.
Yep.
How ironic is that?
All in line for Agenda 2030, man. I mean, I just saw 200
Yeah.
nations signed onto that COP 26. It's not a treaty, it's just an agreement, which we don't have to abide by anything that's not a treaty because that's in our Constitution. Um, and kind of like the Paris Climate, Accords we didn't, no treaty was ratified by the Senate, so that's why Trump pulled out, and now I
Yeah.
think we're
It was all about America don't pollute, but the rest of the world can.
right, right. And buy all your
Well,
shit from China. Continue to buy your shit from China.
Right.
they're
Yeah.
they're all polluting. We're polluting. Everybody's polluting, but it's not like the citizens that are polluting. It's the governments that are polluting.
Well,
I mean, it's bunker fuel ships, and then when we send stuff to go get recycled, it doesn't even end up getting recycled. It goes to a landfill, and then we also ship garbage to other countries, and all they do is dump it in the ocean.
So
I mean,
this is how our government politicians and their elite friends get rich.
yep.
It's they call them purchasing carbon footprints.
which is
Oh
not,
yeah, yeah.
which is carbon dioxide is not a contributor to global warming. I mean,
No,
jeez.
it's
I mean,
it's another big scam on the American people, and a lot
yeah,
of people in this country are buying it.
Well, they say it as though the carbon dioxide levels are rising so high that we're running out of oxygen to breathe or something. And I mean, honestly, if the oxygen percentage dropped like a half or 1%, we'd all die. You know?
right, because our atmosphere is mostly nitrogen anyway. It's
Yeah. I mean, it's only like what 19 or something percent
Twenty
oxygen.
percent oxygen.
Yeah, something like that.
and I haven't seen what's going on down the ports down there either. I was kind of hoping JC would get up because I haven't really been keeping track of California. And then, of course, today was my college football day. I was watching this. I was watching Oregon State beat the crap out of Stanford, and Oregon's playing tonight at 7:30. So hopefully they win.
How's Ohio State doing?
Oh, they played. I can't remember who they played, but they played Purdue and just completely blew them out. And
They played a
Georgia
they
blew
played a
out Tennessee.
they,
So
they played a contender last week, didn't they?
Ohio State, yeah, I think they only won by like 10 points or something like. Yeah, their defense wasn't looking too good. I mean, Oregon ran the hell over them when they
Hmm.
played their third game of the season or whatever. But yeah,
Been a long time since they won a national title.
well, I mean, I'm glad Alabama hasn't. Oh, we lost somebody, and let's get Watcher back here. Yeah, I'm
Man,
just
my old
getting.
lady walked in the room and tried to tell me something, and I tried to hit the mute button, but the mute button is right above the back button, and so I hit the wrong button. Sorry.
We still didn't hear it.
Yeah, I didn't hear it. Oh
Well,
yeah,
I
Lance.
guess I
Yeah,
succeeded either way.
yeah. I think they played New Mexico State or something like that, and I mean that was like what 59 to something, 3 or 10 or that wasn't even a game worth watching.
My mama said, foosball is the devil.
Yeah.
We got we got some Boston Bruins players coming to the company Monday.
Oh, cool.
If you know anything, if you heard of the Boston Bruins at all,
Yeah, hockey's cool.
yeah,
I'd rather watch hockey. I mean, I really don't watch NFL anymore since they went woke 4 or 5 years ago. Just don't
right.
watch. I don't really watch baseball either.
I
Um,
don't,
No,
I
I
don't.
watch college
Baseball and
football.
hockey are, you got to be there. If you're at the, you know what I mean? If you're there in
Yeah,
person, it's fun. Like hockey games are a riot. But if you're just watching it on TV, it's kind of eh. Baseball's even slower on TV, man. No way.
yeah. Well, when I was
well,
living outside of St. Louis, we used to get if you made the honor roll in school, you get 2 free tickets to go see the Cardinals. I mean, there were crappy seats, but a couple times a year we go to Cardinals games, which is cool. It's the old Bush Stadium, and back in the
oh,
'80s,
nice.
really good. And Ozzie Smith would go
Yep.
out there and do a backflip as he got to shortstop,
Yeah,
um,
I remember that.
and in Portland, this was back in my 20s after I got out of the army. We used to go to the winter. We got a farm team for the Chicago Blackhawks, the Winterhawks, and we used to go. My ex-wife's company, bunch of rich lumber traders. They would, hey, I can't go and I got season passes. You guys want 2 free tickets? And it would be like center ice, 10 rows up, right, near the glass. I mean, it's freaking awesome to watch because it's a lot faster if you watch it in person. That's for sure.
Yeah. Yes.
But anything else going on down south or?
No, not that I can think of.
You guys got
Um,
you guys got ports down there though, right? Down
oh
there.
yeah. There's ports anywhere that there's either a big river or an ocean view. So, but I don't see anything anywhere talking about ships or anything hanging out in the Gulf waiting like they're doing over there on the left coast.
Right.
So, hey, isn't the Olympics next year going to be in Alabama?
What?
I didn't hear
I
about that.
let me
Wow.
ask Mr. Google.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Ask them.
I know the Winter Olympics are coming up, and I think that's in China.
Yes. Again.
No,
Mm.
it says where Beijing. All right. Yeah, Beijing. Why
And
was I seeing stuff for Alabama?
I don't know what town could actually in Alabama. I mean, what
I
Birmingham?
don't know.
Big.
Maybe it was 2024. Beijing, Paris. Okay, maybe I was wrong. I don't know where I seen that. I saw it. Something like that. All right, I'm wrong. Fake, false information. Sorry.
Can't believe everything you see on the internet, man.
No.
Is
So the governor of New Hampshire is running for re-election.
that Sununu?
Yeah, instead of running for the Senate.
No, okay.
That's not good.
Well, you
There was
guys,
actually, they actually had high hopes of him winning in the Senate race, but
do you
he,
guys have both
he chickened
Republican
out.
senators, or
What's that, Bill?
yeah, both senators, are they Republican right now?
Oh, the Democrats.
Oh, yeah, it's like out here in
And the
Oregon.
U.S. senators you're talking about?
Yeah,
Yeah,
U.S. Senate.
Shaheen and Hassan,
Hmm.
both women too. Yeah, they both signed on to the impeachment thing.
Oh, jeez.
I really thought that would have done them in
I don't know,
around
man.
here.
You're surrounded by wacky states, though. Out here on the West Coast,
Yeah.
that's every state's wacky. Even Nevada's turning wacky. Idaho's kind of, I don't know. They're slipping a little bit, and there's some Democrats up in Montana that have been winning lately, and I don't know.
I'm hoping everything's turning around. We'll see.
Yep, yep, yep. But anything else? Anything else going on? Because I didn't really prep today. I was watching football too much, and I'm like, ah, shit, it's almost time to go live. Because I was gonna check in
Yep.
one more
I
time.
thought about asking you yesterday if you had a list. Remember I posted that?
Yeah, yeah,
I'm
yeah.
like,
No,
man,
no.
gotta make a list.
I
Little
was
speaking
thinking.
points.
I was thinking about it, and then this morning I was like, ah, crap, I got to go to the bank and run some errands and stuff. And
Got any
when I,
shortages in Mississippi?
No, not that I'm aware of.
Uh,
I could be wrong.
Got a lot of bare shelves around here.
I'm sure if you go to like down by the coast and stuff, they might be getting more shortages and things like that than we will. So
Well, I heard on the radio talk show out of Boston, that a guy stopped in a gas station and the man charged him $14 for a quart of oil.
what and what was that? Some of that purple power oil, whatever that purple oil.
He didn't say what it was. I don't know. Is the price of oil gone up that much?
well,
I mean, I wouldn't think so.
they're talking from what I've seen. There's some economists out there, or guys that are on Fox or Newsmax saying it could go to $200 a barrel. That would just, I mean, that'd be like, that'd probably be $10 gasoline down there in California, and we'd probably be paying $6 up here because
Well,
it's just still hanging about under, just a little under $4 up here where I'm at. But
Remember when barrel of oil not too long ago was $50.
yeah, or even it got down to like 37 or something like that.
Yeah, crazy. Gas was so cheap.
Jeez, yeah.
outrageous.
Well, according to the agricultural department of our country, there's no nationwide food shortages.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, how come this turkeys are scarce? And the price went way up.
They can't
Well,
find anybody to process them out here. There was a
that's
new
not according to the agricultural department of this fine country.
out here.
You know.
They were interviewing some farmers out here in Oregon, and they say they just can't find people to process. I think there was one a couple months ago. It was in Illinois. They said the same thing where it was. I think it was outside of Chicago, and they're like, we just don't. We want to hire people, and I just saw, tonight on the news again. The local news is finally talking about, well, in September 4.4 million people quit their jobs. It's like, yeah,
Where are
yeah.
they going?
A
Wow.
lot. Well, from what I understand, there's a lot of people that are my age or older that are just saying screw it right now because they've got the leeway to do it. Let's just put it that way, and just ride it out and see what's going to happen. With the
So they're just living on investments.
or what they've saved or yeah. I mean, I saw there was I think it was on Rebel News up there in Canada. There's a couple up there. I think they had pretty good jobs, and they basically packed up everything in their home, sold it, and their kid are taking one suitcase each and moving to Mexico. And I'm like, why would you move to Mexico? But they're just so tired of the
Huh.
tears up in Canada that they're like, no, we're leaving.
So I just Googled it, and so you know, another website was saying that there's like an aluminum shortage, so canned goods are going to be kind of short.
Oh my God. So what are you
And
guys
then,
gonna do about your beer?
oh man, look here, they comes in glass bottles too.
Boy.
Um, but yeah, they were saying like a lot of meats, like chicken, turkey, bacon, juice boxes and Lunchables, water bottles, and canned pumpkin pie filling is going to be on short supply here soon too.
Uh-oh. Can't have
Yeah.
that, man.
Hey, I already got like 7, 8 cans of that stuff. I ain't worried about it.
I never had that.
A pumpkin pie that you can get the filling from the canned stuff.
Oh,
I mean,
Yeah,
if you
buy.
otherwise you have to cut up your pumpkin and bake it, and then
Yeah,
yeah,
that's what my mom
actually cook.
would do is just grab like a ready pie crust and put that crap in there, and then whipped cream on top, and it was, good as anything else. So,
I think you need some uh
eggs or
condensed
something.
milk or something. Yeah, some
Oh yeah,
eggs and
dense milk. Yeah, there you go.
yeah, none of that powdered milk now.
I don't know, man.
You could put powdered eggs in there though.
It might be a good idea to start looking at powdered milk if you drink milk. I can't drink milk, so um,
I
yeah,
got 3 kids. We need milk.
yeah.
Man, 6 people watching, 5 likes, no dislikes.
Cool,
Come on, people,
nice.
say
man.
hi
I
in the
was
chat.
gonna. Oh yeah, I remember what it was. I was hoping James would come in because what was that he sent me? Crap. Let me think for a minute. But he sent me something good. And, oh, is that video Ice Age Farmer did about the carbon pipeline going through Iowa mostly and Minnesota and South Dakota and I think partly in Missouri, where they're probably gonna grab up land from farmers under eminent domain to put in this carbon sequestration pipe, and they're talking about they're going to condense it and they're going to do all this crap before they pump it into the ground, and it's like, okay, did anybody do any studies on what all this carbon in the ground is going to do, and then not only that, how much energy is it going to do to process this carbon before you put it in there, and that's going to probably run off of diesel or coal or something like that. It ain't gonna be run off solar panels and wind, you know, that's for sure.
So,
Mm-mm.
It's
so what is it gonna do to the carbon?
they like condense it or something, then they pump it into the ground. I'd have to go back and watch it. I watched it the other day, but I was like, "Holy crap, man!" And then I looked, and they've been talking about it for a couple of years because I was looking up articles on it, and I'm like looking at the dates because I caught myself a long time ago. Better look at the date when you look at an article that comes up, number one in Google, and it's like 3 years old, and it's like, yeah, that's not what I'm looking for.
Right.
Man, hey, do y'all watch Crowder ever?
No.
Mm, no,
Sometimes, never.
I've seen it
Man,
before, but wasn't he on
go
Fox?
look at his.
I don't have Fox,
Uh,
so.
no, Louder at Crowder on YouTube.
Oh no, I didn't know he had a YouTube channel.
Yeah, Steven Crowder.
Okay, yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
yeah, it's called Louder at Crowder. I'll shoot you a link later.
All right, cool.
Yeah, he did a climate change kind of show the other day, and he was showing clips from like what they were predicting in the past, and they had a clip of Leonard Nimoy talking about how in the 70s, I think it was 78, in the summer, the Arctic was just, I mean, frozen over. Ships couldn't get through there and stuff. And they were saying by 2000 or 2020 that everybody would be like feeling extreme cold winters and stuff.
Right, right. Well, I mean, I grew up in the '70s. I remember reading. My dad had a subscription to National Geographic, and
They
you
said
know,
we were going to be in a mini ice age now, and
right,
here we are, global warming. And it's like everything they're saying, I mean, they knew this was going to be true back then, and it's completely opposite now. And then now it's like, well, what's going to happen in 20 more years? Is it going to be the complete opposite again? I mean, you keep throwing stuff, and eventually something's going to stick, right? But that doesn't mean they're right, you
Right.
know?
So watch, if it was really true, they wouldn't be letting China and India and other countries like that massively pollute.
Oh, we massively pollute. I mean,
Nothing,
they burn
nothing,
that
nothing
bunker
like.
fuel like crazy.
Well, I don't know where you're getting your information about that, but it's our air is fairly clean here. You
yeah,
look at those countries,
water's
you can't even see.
yeah, and the water's way. I mean, the water we have is like extremely clean in most places. I remember back in the '70s. My hometown's right on Lake Erie. I mean, we'd go to my aunt's house and walk a block and a half and be on the beach. And there's days where you wouldn't want to jump into water because it was, that was when the Cuyahoga River was, from right there in Cleveland was just polluting, and but they cleaned. Last time I was back there, a while back, the water was nice and clear, and my mom,
Right,
she gets out there every once in a while and says, how the lake's looking, and but they got
right.
they've high water levels in the last year, which is unusual. But
And
yeah, I think
you
what's that?
remember the last time the China had the Olympics, like 4 or 6 years ago?
Yeah,
They
with all the
shut all
small.
they shut all the factories completely down, everything, because they didn't want the rest of the world to see how polluted it was.
And they were cloud seeding,
That's right.
so all the rain would fall outside of Beijing. So when they went over, it was clear for the opening ceremonies anyway.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
if all this global climate change was really true, what's going on? The rest of the world, where other countries do what they're doing.
Right. Hey, I'll be
Well,
back.
what's
Dog, and I got to let him out for a second, so I want to be out for about
Okay.
2 minutes.
All
all
right.
right? We'll be good.
Take care, Remo.
Um, Man, what I find, crazy is these guys are spouting off all this, stuff. Oh, we got to change. We got to do this. We got to do that. They're jet setting around in private jets, and then they're, oh yeah, well I'm
Yep.
carbon neutral. I bought, the carbon whatevers, and I'm just like, why didn't you just do a Zoom meeting?
Right.
Why can't they? Yeah, why can't they do that instead? Why do they have to go there? You know what I
Yep.
mean?
They're hypocrites. It's all about them people making money and their buddies making money off it. It's a scam.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
They're just pulling a scam over people, trying to
Like,
get more money from the middle class people.
yeah. Well, we're the tax cattle, I mean, we're
Yep. Yep.
without us, they've got nothing. But
We're being taxed to death.
I
There
mean,
isn't
it's
anything
like
there isn't a tax on.
they, and then they spout all the mask stuff too. And then they get over there, they take a photo up with their masks on. As soon as they're done, they take the masks off and they give everybody hugs and handshakes and everything.
Right.
And then, I mean, you're jet setting around in a private jet,
Yep.
taking your
Yep.
mask off, kissing each other on the damn cheek. We're not stupid. We see
And they're
this.
and they're laughing at us.
Yeah, well, I mean, with the fear mongering and everything, the propaganda
Yep.
they push, I mean, they
Under
just,
control.
yeah, they control by fear. People are scared. It's like, I mean, yeah, obedience, right? Just scare them
Yeah.
into submission, right?
That's right. That's why it's always on the news all the time, day after day. Same thing. Every news channel got their keywords too. The keyword for the day.
Mm-hmm. So what do you guys
You can
think is
go.
probably here in the next? Let's just forecast the next 6 months. You think people are gonna actually start standing up more? I mean, we did see that the appeals court upheld the Fifth Circuit on the mandates from Biden, saying that basically they're unconstitutional. So I don't know how if that's going to take a while to get to, or if it's even going
Yeah,
to go to
and
the Supreme
and,
Court.
and the Biden administration is not going to go with the court. They're going against the court.
Right. Well,
How
and
how they can how do they legally get to do that?
well, but all the companies are just going to continue with the mandates.
I heard a pop top.
Not me.
Might have been a soda. All I know is I heard a pop top. Wasn't me. I already got one open.
I didn't hear it.
Oh,
Did you hear it, Bill?
No, huh?
okay. Never mind. Never mind. Well, I don't think much is going to change. I think maybe the people are going to be a little more crazy. You know, I'm seeing more people riding around with masks on in their car while they're by themselves, which cracks me up.
Yeah, especially down south.
That's
But
funny.
And I mean, I live in a black community, um, and everybody's, remember they were saying, oh, we gotta motivate the black community. Black community's not wearing a mask, they're not getting vaxxed, they're not getting tested, blah 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 blah.
right.
Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
And they were aiming their campaigns towards the black communities. That's what I'm saying. I'm seeing a direct result of that around where I live. I see people riding around with a mask on more, and
Yeah, they're
yeah,
still playing commercials out here on that. Some young 15. They got a black commercial. It's a black family, and the kid's 15 years old, and he's playing basketball, and he's like, "Well, I did my research, and I'm going to get the vaccine." And it's even we got Hispanic commercials out here. But did you guys see that thing? I think it was on Infowars today, maybe, or Breitbart. That guy that was down in Texas, he went in to get what is it, whatever it is, a monoclonal antibodies treatment, and they asked, they said no because he wasn't Hispanic or black,
Oh,
and then his buddy called the hospital there, and they said, "Yep, that's correct. We're looking out for our, higher risk population," and because I
wow,
guess
really?
the guy was young and he, was healthy and stuff, but yeah, he videoed the thing in the hospital where the lady there, the nurse was asking him questions. He was in look like one of the tents that they have, for doing that treatment, and
Hmm.
she had a clipboard there and she was checking off, and then his buddy called the hospital or the health department or something. They said that's correct, and I was like, holy shit, man.
Hey, I have a question. Has anybody heard anything else about that $400,000 for undocumented that were separated from their families at the whatever?
No, because the press secretaries keep saying ask the was it Department of
Justice?
yeah, and it's like it's the same shit that they were doing before. Well, go ask a different, go ask the Pentagon. We don't know. Go ask the some other
Yeah,
department.
pass the buck, right?
Ask Buck, and then that department says no. Ask the White House, and plus the damn reporters that are in these um, these I'd love to get in there with like me and James and you guys, just be like, hey, we're citizen journalists, let us into the White House press briefing. We could ask some really good questions, but they never follow up on anything. It's
No.
always stupid shit. And
Well, they're asking questions that they're told to ask. They're not
right.
doing actual journalism.
No.
They're doing what they're told.
Journal
It's the same as on TV. I mean, when you're watching it on TV, the anchors, they're reading a script. They're reading what somebody else wrote. It's not actual journalism.
No, it's a lot of the local stations, they just read off what's going on with the AP. And I mean, we do have a couple, they do a couple local stories, but they're usually, pretty stupid, or it's let's go out to Joe's house. He's making pumpkin pie today, and we're gonna send out a reporter to go watch him make pumpkin pie, or stupid crap like that.
Yeah, They do silly
Probably
stuff
here.
like that here, but I live in a Democrat-run city, so I mean, yeah. So
Yeah.
like Fox, everybody says Fox is more right-winged, but the Fox station here is also run. It's the same crew that does the CBS or whatever other. I forget what the other channel is, but it's the same newscasters. It's like they broadcast simultaneously to two channels.
Right, because you probably, I mean, you probably don't live in a big market. I mean, in Portland, we got what four news stations. Seattle's got four, and they're all different. You got Fox, ABC
Well, the
affiliate.
world looks at, Portland, like yeah. Nobody looks at my town.
Right. And
Hmm.
it's definitely hard to find information. I mean, back when I was doing more research, I was always looking down, see what was going on down in, Alabama or Mississippi or Louisiana or even Oklahoma or Kansas. And it's just like,
Should
you
be
can't.
looking around Gulfport and Galveston and Texas. That's where the big South port is.
Oh, yeah. I didn't think about the one down in Galveston or that area.
Yeah, it's uh, damn, I can't think of the name right offhand. But yeah, it's down over there.
That's that's kind of like, isn't that where the islands are out there? Um, right off the coast.
Well, there's islands off the entire coast all the way around.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever been to that part of the Gulf. The only part of the Gulf I've been to is Alabama and then Panama City, Florida. Long, long
Yeah.
time.
Oh, and old Biloxi.
Yeah. I
Well,
don't know.
I've lived on the Gulf most of my life. I like it down here, but yeah, no Texas down there around Galveston area. That's where you can be watching down there. That's where all the oil refineries and stuff like that are. And then also watch the just the mouth of the Mississippi, because in Louisiana the chemical plants, they're all on the Mississippi. They've got their own little ports and stuff. Barge comes up and they have a pipe that comes over and starts sucking or uh blowing stuff into the barge, and then they just whoop right down the Mississippi.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember. When I lived in outside of East St. Louis, going across I-70 bridge, and even there's a couple times we went on a houseboat with my buddy's family and in the Mississippi, and man, those barges, are just long as shit, and it's one right after another after another. This was back in the mid '80s.
Wow.
Cool to
I was
see that.
hoping AB would show up.
Yeah, I haven't heard from him. I think I asked JC the other day if he heard from him, because yeah, I mean, we've got advertisements here on the radio. Trucking school. We're hiring, and I think some of these companies
No
up here in the
diesel
north.
driving academy, huh?
Yeah, something like that. But I think they're going to go to like a flat hourly rate instead of, because you can drive down the freeway and you see these signs on the back of trailers that say, so much cents per mile and all that crap. But I don't know. I mean, we're having shortages everywhere. I mean, I don't get out to. I mean, I'm never going to go to anywhere in Portland to see what it's like, because I wouldn't be caught dead in Portland. But my area, next town over, all the fast food restaurants are still, their dining rooms are closed and it's only drive through or pickup, and
Oh,
and then,
no kidding.
yeah, and
They're
then
open. They're open here for a Thanksgiving Day here
oh yeah,
in dining.
Hey, we've got restaurants around here, I mean, within a half mile of my house, that never closed down for any reason at all.
Right.
They've been
Same here.
steady going. But where I live, it's different. People don't care about what's going on in the world around here. They just living their life and doing their thing.
Yeah. Meanwhile, their liberties are going to be stripped from them.
Yep.
That's my thing.
They're saying that there are more people in the hospitals now with the thing going on,
Oh, the old beer bug.
Our
And
our cases and hospitalizations are way down,
oh,
and
that's good.
our governor won't lift the mask mandate.
They're
Even
saying most people have been vaccinated, and this I heard that people that are being hospitalized now already have been.
right, and we
Yeah,
have
they say 2/3 of the people hospitalized for the beer bug are vaxxed. So
yeah, yeah, and
So what is this mandate all about then?
right. Well, liberal Washington, Oregon. I mean, Oregon, we got a pretty high vaccination rate. I think it's almost 80%, and it's like,
I'm
you're not
sure.
higher than that. Even if you try to force people to do it, you're gonna have 20% probably that are just gonna say no, no, thanks. But it's just another. The cases are gonna go up right. During the wintertime, and haven't heard anything about the flu. This is flu season. So haven't heard anything about flu cases.
No, you haven't.
No,
for 2 years.
right. Amazing how that works.
Well, I mean, so during the wintertime, two things happen. It gets really cold, and they say some of these things spread more in the cold because the hot weather of the summertime kills them, right? But then,
Yeah. Heat kills
also
viruses.
but then you've got people in the wintertime not going nowhere because it's cold. They don't want to go out, or it's snowing and they can't go out. So how is it going to spread around? Right?
Right. Right.
Kind of contradicts itself,
From where they work.
Well, a lot of people are working from home these days.
Yeah. Might be. Not where I am.
Well, if you work in a warehouse or you're a grocery clerk or a trucker, or I mean, just 100 different vocations. I mean, you can't work from home. Otherwise, the country would stop.
Right.
Well,
Oil
I got
change
to,
places, banks. I mean, I guess they could make everybody do their banking online, but then that may be coming where there's no cash and.
Manufacturing.
Mm-hmm.
my
Right.
sister works at Walmart, y'all. All right. And she took 5 of those tests and all of them were negative. And then but she still somehow caught the beer bug.
No kidding.
Yeah,
How is she?
she's fine. She's back to work.
Huh.
Yeah.
They're not mandating it down there, or is it test or because I know JC's got to
Oh,
take.
no, she got the old jab
Oh, okay.
um looking like last year or some crap, man. She's had the jab long time.
Wow.
Second dose too. Yep. Funny, huh?
I don't know. I just kind of fear we're gonna get like Australia. I just saw something. Well, I think it was Queensland. It's a northern province or state or whatever the hell they call them down there. One of the health directors was saying that if you don't get the vaccine, you ain't gonna be able to do anything, and you're gonna live a miserable life. And it's like,
I think it's called a territory.
okay, territory. There you go. So that's like Canada. I think Canada's territories too.
I think Canada is
Province.
provinces.
Okay.
Yeah.
Except for the Northern Territory, which is a province, right?
I love all the government land in Canada. It's called Queensland, or the Queen. Oh, Crown Land. That's what they call it, Crown Land.
Crown land. Huh.
Yeah, because it's Queen of England owns it.
Right.
Still?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Queen of England to this day is still the only person in the world that can travel without a like a passport.
Huh.
Yeah. I wonder what Britain's gonna do when when she croaks and Prince Charles becomes king, he's a wacko, man. He's a
Didn't he wreck his SUV or something driving?
I don't know. I mean, I don't really keep up on the Royals, but I just know he's a wacko. I've seen him, speak at climate conferences and all this crap. I mean, he's a New World Order piece of crap. I've got all the money and I don't care, and I'll fly my private jet around wherever I want to go and shut up.
Oh,
Kind
the
of like
Queen of England is still the largest landholder in the world. Also, I mean, she owns all of Australia, the UK, Canada. I mean, this woman doesn't just own land; she owns countries, man, continents. So
yeah. I don't know. Is there any is South Africa down there? They still I mean, there's did they totally break away from the crown? I mean, I don't really keep up on Africa, what's going on in Africa, but I know South Africa was a colony for a long time, and they had the French had colonies and what Portugal and Spain, and of course England, France. But I mean, what happened a couple of years ago with
I don't know. I think I remember that they're still I guess in South Africa they're still going around taking farmland from people and stuff too, right?
I think so. Yeah, I mean, I don't remember last time I saw any news out of South Africa. I mean, I guess nobody really gives a crap about the Dark Continent, unless some kids get kidnapped by Boko Haram or something terrorist thing happens. They just don't report on what's going on in Africa.
Well, man, I watched something or read something. I don't know, last week or anyway. Yeah, that's one of the things that the UN, man, the UN sucks. You know that they've been charged so many times for like they'll bring food to like these countries, third world countries, starving people, and they'll for with kids, little kids, minors, they won't just give them the food. They want to trade it for favors of the bedroom nature.
Right, or I mean, look at Bill Gates. I mean, that doesn't get reported either. What he did to, some of the people over there with his, trial or early on pokes. You know,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. One evil bastard, man.
Yeah, he wants to depopulate the world.
Hmm.
Oh yeah. Got to follow that Georgia Guidestone thing, you know.
Yeah, I was wondering, because I don't. Did they ever figure out who paid for that, or is it still a secret or something like that? But I could imagine him or George Soros paying for that.
No, I don't think they ever figured out who did that.
Yeah.
Or just never got reported.
I mean, somebody knows.
Right.
That info is locked up in a sealed vault, and it's not on a digital copy. You know what I mean?
Right, right.
And the file is either missing, omitted, or deleted.
So I guess JC's not going to come up tonight. He must be busy. I don't know. I know he usually goes and visits his kid on the weekend, so,
Yep.
and his granddaughter. So
Well, yep, that's understandable. People got stuff to do on the weekends,
mhm.
especially when you have a job during the week.
Y'all got me for about 5 more minutes, and then I'm out.
What? You going to bed early?
No. Heck no, I don't go to bed early. What's wrong with you? Man, I'm a grown ass adult. I sleep when I want.
He's got a family, man. I'd be the same way. I mean, geez, when you got three kids, I mean, I had three stepkids for what 6, almost 7 years. It was nonstop all the time, man. Crap, nonstop.
Can't stop, won't stop.
No, if it wasn't one thing, and I had two kids in one school district, one in a different school district, and then in the summertime it would be um, volleyball or softball, and then I coached t-ball. So it was like I'd still be playing or coaching t-ball, and my stepdaughter, she'd be her softball game just started and be like, all right, let's wrap this t-ball game up. I want to go over and watch instead of watching a bunch of
Well,
5, 6 year olds go around, not knowing what they're doing. But that was a lot of fun coaching t-ball. Those kids are it's pretty funny. Some of them run, don't know what to do. You tell them, run to first base, and then they just stand there and look at you. Drop the bat, run.
yeah,
or
and then they run over the bag and keep going down the foul line, and
or then they're in the outfield you know, picking daisies or something, and it's like, hey, wake up.
well, t-ball it can get a little boring out there,
Well, they wouldn't let us keep score, even though I'd get home, and my little guy Trev, and he'd say we kicked their butts, and I'm like, yeah, but kids realize they keep score, even though the parents say, well, you shouldn't keep score. It's like I'm glad I didn't grow up in that time period where, hey, if you participate, you get a trophy.
Yeah, well, I think everybody on the team got a trophy when I was little.
Yeah. Well, you're quite well. I wouldn't say quite a bit, but a lot younger than me. That's for sure.
Yeah. Not
Yep.
every team did that. I think it was just the teams that had enough money to do it, you know?
Yeah. Right.
You
Right.
guys got any school board news?
Uh, Not much. I mean, we got Newberg out there, and they fired. I'm still waiting to hear what happened, but they fired their superintendent, and I'm like, what the heck? And there were some protests outside the school because I think a lot of people. I don't know who the superintendent is, and local news has been kind of lame lately. And I tried to read. There's a couple local, like the Salem Register Guard or Willamette Week out of Portland, where they're just newspapers. They still run newspapers, and they got a website, and they usually cover crap that the local TV stations do, and then of course the radio. But I haven't heard
I think
anything.
they
Maybe
stopped doing a newspaper here.
yeah,
We used to get one every week or two, I haven't seen newspapers in months now that I think about it.
They
well
probably
we
have
used to
online.
yeah well we used to have one here. I think it quit a few years ago, but it was a local, let's say my county kind of. And I'd get home from work, and it'd be like, "There's a damn paper. I'm not gonna read it." On my in my driveway again. It's like, there you go. Just put it in the recycle. The paper recycling, because I'm not gonna read it. And
I
they
used
find,
to save them for lighting the barbecue, you know,
there you go.
stuff like that. But I always read the want ads and stuff.
So you guys don't save your newspapers for paper drives?
Paper drives. We don't
Yeah,
have
what's
those.
that? They
They don't even recycle here.
Oh,
No. I don't know of a recycling center in my area. I know where the dump is.
Oh yeah, no, I mean, out here in the Northwest, we've got a bin that you can put cans and paper and cardboard in, and then you got a glass bin, and then you got a bin that's for like oil, used oil cans,
Electronic
paint,
stuff.
paint
around
or
here,
electronics.
around
You
here,
got to
pe-
go.
around here, people tie them up in the Boy Scouts come pick them up.
Hmm.
They don't have nothing
And they
around
get
here.
and they get take these huge truckloads to someplace and they get money for them.
Well,
I mean, there's a recycling place here. I mean, you can, if you save your beer cans and whatever and make a load, make a run, you get some, but that's the scrap yard. I mean, you can bring a an old beat up car there too. So but there's no like recycling bins anywhere.
Around
Not
here,
even
they're paying $400 for junk cars if you have the catalytic converter.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, they want them precious metals out of there.
Yeah, there's that's the big crime out here in the Northwest in the last year has been people just middle of the night
Muffler
they
theft.
cut somebody's catalytic converter out.
How much are they selling the catalytic converter for?
I have no clue because I'm not a mafia boss that controls that stuff. But you got palladium in there, and you got a bunch of other stuff that they can get really good money for. But they won't go
Good.
after the people buying the shit, But that would suck, going out to your car and all of a sudden, you turn it on, turn on your car
And see what that is that's possession of stolen goods.
right.
Right? I mean, if they bought it from somebody that stole it from somebody, that now they've purchased stolen goods, right? If you or I did that, we'd go to jail.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, not the recycling plant, not the scrapyard though.
Well, they have to have a bill of sale.
Oh, I don't know if there's a serial number on a catalytic converter. I mean, geez, I
I mean,
remember.
you could take it all out. You could take it all apart too. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, my dad did that back in the. He had I think it was an '82 Ford Ranger, and he took the catalytic converter off and just beat the shit out of it until all the crap fell out of it. That's back when we had leaded gas, right? Back in the day.
yeah. People go to the graveyard and steal the little brass vases out of the tombstones and stuff too, man.
Huh.
Yeah. I know that was happening a whole lot in Florida. 10 years ago or so. Around here, they just go to the abandoned houses and steal all the copper.
Yeah,
AC.
they're probably digging up graves, stealing gold teeth.
You never know, man.
Crazy.
People do crazy things when they're desperate. They will step way outside of the bounds of their character. So, hey guys, I gotta run.
Yeah, cool, man. All right, thanks for showing up, buddy. Have a good one. Take
Yeah.
care of the family.
Hey, I was on time. I was on time this time too, man.
Cool.
Maybe
Way to go.
I'll remember next week. Hey, if y'all
All
want to chit chat later on, or are we gonna chit chat tomorrow?
Yeah, I mean, I'm good for it. I mean, tonight I'm
In
gonna.
the old spot,
Yeah, no, we can do that. Just put in signal what time, and usually during the middle of the day, I got my phone off as usual. But for me, in the middle of the day, for me anyway.
Muriel. All right. Well, let me run.
All right,
Nice
man.
talking to y'all.
Yep.
Good
Take care,
night.
buddy.
Hey, y'all hit like, share, and subscribe. Later.
So anything else going on, man? Anything else you want to talk about? Because what is it? 7. Well, it's only 7:03, but my football game's coming up in about half an hour.
Who's playing?
Oregon and Washington State.
Huh.
It's they call it Pac-12 After Dark.
Oh.
There's usually a game at 7:30. I watch it on my phone because it's not on. They don't broadcast it here, but there's a website called Stream East, which you can, on a college football day, you just pop in there and you just go pick your thing, and
Pretty good.
an ad pops up and you just close it and then you watch the entire game on your phone, and it's just like, I think they pull local feeds off of like, because some of the commercials will be like, I'm like, where the hell is this? And they'll be like, downtown Louisville, or they're just pulling it off of whoever's broadcasting it. But it's all free, It's like, I think I found out that a couple of months ago, and I'm like, holy crap, that beats watching it on ESPN website where you can't watch it. You just got to watch, the stats and play
Right.
by play. But
So do you have one of those fold out phones?
no, I'm still running my old iPhone 6S.
Oh, right, right. So it's the smallest screen,
Yeah.
but still watchable.
Yeah, no, it is. I mean, I think Ohio State was on TV, and then Notre Dame was playing Virginia in the late game, and I'm like, I don't really care about Virginia and Notre Dame. I don't like, so I was like, I'm not gonna watch that anyway. So I know we're getting close to the end of the season, so it's gonna get. I kind of have a feeling Oregon's gonna lose tonight because uh, Michigan won, Ohio State won, Michigan State won. Cincinnati, they're not getting enough credit, but then again, they don't play anybody. They're what 10-0 now or something like that. Oh, Oklahoma, I watched that game. They got their butts kicked, which I was like,
Oh,
yes,
they
we.
did.
Yeah, they lost. Yeah,
Wow,
they
that's a
lost to
big school.
Baylor. And it was funny because at the end of the game, there was 1 second left on the clock, and all the students ran the field. and in the Oklahoma coach Riley there, uh, he sent all his players in the locker room, and there was 1 second left on the clock, and he was bitching about player safety and stuff. So they had to get all these students off the field, and all they needed to do was kneel down. But Baylor said, "Fuck it, I'm kicking a field goal to run up the score." And I'm like, "Hell yeah, that's what I would have done too, man."
That's funny. Wow. What time's that game come on?
The Oregon game comes on 7:30 my time,
Wow.
so
Okay. I don't want to keep you from that.
that's right. It's in Autzen Stadium, so they're playing at home down there in Eugene, which is what
Oh,
90 miles from me south. Um, Never been to man. That's on my bucket list. I gotta go to one college football game one time.
yeah, you should. Could they fill them stadiums up more than they do the pros?
Yeah, I mean, I've never been to a football game. I've been to many baseball games back in the '70s when
Oh,
we lived outside of San Francisco at Hamilton Air Force Base on the other side of the bay, and we used to go to Oakland A's games. That's back when Reggie Jackson was playing. I think I still have a Reggie
Reggie.
Jackson bat that I got when I was like 6 or 7 years old, and we used to go watch the San Francisco Giants. And of course, living outside of St. Louis, we'd go to at least 2 or 3 games a year and watch the Cardinals play.
Reggie Jackson. I remember him. Sal Bando.
Reggie Jackson, Mr. October, man.
Right.
Yeah.
That's back in the Kajastensky days on the Red Sox.
Yeah. I mean, the Red Sox were damn good in the '70s, and I was a you know, big red
Oh,
machine. The
oh,
Cincinnati.
Big Red Machine. Well, you're not going to believe this, but it's God's honest truth. I was at the sixth game of the 1975 World Series
Oh, cool.
in the bleachers. Me and
The
my
only,
buddy,
play,
we did.
the only playoff game I ever been to is I went to I think it was one of the years where Portland almost made it to the NBA Finals, and we got to go and watch them before.
Oh,
I think if they would have won, they would have went to the NBA Finals, but they lost, and that was the only basketball game I went to that actually had meaning to it.
they had a real great player back then too. He ended up playing on the Celtics. God, I can't remember his name right off. I'm sure you know his name.
What, Clyde Drexler, Terry Porter?
No, he was a white guy.
Oh, jeez.
He was huge. He was
Yeah,
very tall.
Porter. God, what was his name? Ainge.
No,
No, it wasn't Ainge because he was.
he
He went
he
to Phoenix.
played for Portland and then ended up playing on the Celtics later his last year or two.
Huh.
Oh, what the hell, Bill? Oh. He was a vegetarian. Remember?
Oh, you mean Bill Walton from back in the '70s?
Yeah, that's it.
Oh yeah, Bill Walton. Yeah, he's still doing commercials out here, man. He's got to
Bill
be
Walton.
he's got to be 70 years old or more
I
right
bet
now.
he is.
Yeah, he's still going strong though.
I went to a few Patriots playoff games.
Cool.
I sat in the end zone, so you
Oh,
could
that's
only
cool.
see half the field
Right.
because when it got down the other end, it was just so far away you couldn't tell what's going on.
Yeah, I mean, I like the, we got a single A team down in Kaiser, which is about 10 minutes from me. Actually, my T-ball team, we got to go out and I got to throw out the first pitch, and we got free tickets to that. And then it's cool to watch these young kids, 18 years old playing.
Oh
You know,
yes,
they're not making much money, and then we used to have the Portland Beavers single A team years ago, and then they moved, and then that's when the Timbers came in, and they got soccer, and soccer is huge in Portland, and every year our company would pay for everybody to go to a Timbers game, and people would be like, "You going to the Timbers game?" I'm like, first of all, I hate soccer. It's boring as shit. And
yes.
second of all, I don't want to park downtown and have to take TriMet or something to get to the damn stadium. It's just too much of a pain in the ass, especially when you got to work the next day. It's like, no, I ain't going.
I don't understand how all these people get all excited over that sport.
It's boring, man. Zero
Yeah.
zero tie, 1-1 tie. You get a point for tying. It's like, really? I don't even know how it all works. I think you just get a point, 1 point for tying, 2 or 3 points for winning. I mean, I don't know. I don't keep track of it, but
And the game is always stopping.
yeah, yeah. I only
But
played soccer. I played soccer one time as a Fort Campbell. They didn't have enough kids to play baseball, and I played soccer. I hated it. I freaking hated it. But it was like at least I was doing something. Couldn't play
right,
baseball. I played baseball for a long time before high school, and I got into wrestling and stuff. But wrestling and powerlifting.
well, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah, my little brother. I mean, my older brother. He wrestled and he was okay, and then I was a lot better. I think I had 86 wins in my career, and then my little brother, he got up to I think 100 wins. He placed third at state in Washington his
Wow.
his senior year. Yeah, he was. But he had been wrestling since he was a little kid. I actually coached him. Um, he went to nationals in Gillette, Wyoming, or no, it was Billings, Montana, and I mean they had like 8 mats there and a big indoor, arena, and I mean it was really cool. Him and another kid from our Vancouver wrestling got to go, and I mean we got free plane tickets because my dad worked for Horizon, and Horizon flew to Billings. So we were just, we could just go to the airport and get a flight on standby, and they had room. You get on and went out there and got the coach right next to Olympic wrestler John Smith, who was one of my heroes when I was in high school. That guy was a badass.
Oh,
And
and how about that other wrestler you put up that video,
oh,
Gail?
Dan Gable, that guy was a
Gable,
stud,
yeah,
studs, man.
yeah, he was something, huh?
Yeah, my coach in Illinois used to tell stories about him all the time. He's like, when you get done and you lose, you go in the locker room and do 100 pushes like Dan Gable did. You get better. It's like he was always pushing Dan Gable because he was probably in his mid 30s back when I was 15, 16 years old, and
Yeah.
he who knew he was. But Dan Gable had his own. My parents wouldn't buy the branded Dan Gable Asics wrestling shoes because they were like $100 back then. We all wanted.
Wow, that
Yeah.
was big money back then.
Oh yeah, man. Hell yeah. Big money.
Nice. So I
Will.
took my dog to the veterinarian for
Oh.
uh her checkup for a knee operation, and everything's looking good. The doctor said the knee healed up fine.
Okay. Cool. Nice.
Yeah.
How old is she?
Two,
Oh wow.
2 years old,
Wow.
81 pounds. She just got weighed.
Mm. Yeah, I mean, I've been pretty lucky because both my Yorkies, I never had problems with my black lab I had back when I was in my 20s. He was so tall. I mean, he was like 100 pounds. He was tall and
Yeah,
he had hip dysplasia, and he'd get out there and try to run, and he'd look hokey, and it's like, all right, let's take him to the vet, and it was like, I don't know how much money we spent on that, man, getting
I'm sure a
X-rays,
lot.
treatment, and all that crap, and
Yeah.
um, well, he was dumber than Boxer Rocks, but he was a good dog.
Well, when you got a young dog and they get hurt like that,
Yeah, it
you got to
sucks.
you got to pay the money. You can't let them live the next 12 or 14 years like that.
Right. I don't know. I mean, my little guy, he's still going. I think. Well, my last dog, Toby, I got him. I think he was 12 when I got Remo, but he made it to almost 17,
Wow,
and
nice.
Remo's coming up on 13. So, hopefully, I got at least 3 or 4 more years with him. Even though he
I hope
can't be a
so.
butt, he can be a butt sometimes. But I don't know what I'd do without him.
They're good companions.
Yeah. Especially when you don't feel good. It's like,
Right.
my dog even knows, even before I get up to get ready to leave, he just kind of gets a little anxious. And, as soon as I put on my coat, he's like, and I'm like, no, you can't go with me, man.
Oh, they don't like that. My dogs go crazy if I leave them home.
Yeah. If he hears the keys, he goes nuts. It's like,
Yeah.
it's not summertime anymore. It's raining out, and I don't take him out too much in the winter. During the summertime, I'll take him out, or we'll go for walks, or take him up to my dad's. But he doesn't like to get out in the wet grass. He's short and doesn't like the wet grass.
So on my car, I had my defroster heater motor blow out again. Third
Oh,
time already. I got a
geez.
buddy of mine coming over to fix it tomorrow. You definitely need a defroster this time of the year.
Yeah. Well, especially up where you're at. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, great. Always something. Luckily, I know someone that can fix it.
Yeah, I don't know if I mean, geez, when I was younger, my first car at 18, then, I had that one kind of blew up, and then I got another car, and I used to, I changed alternators, CV joints, and all that crap, where you could
Right.
actually work on it. But, if I pop the hood on my car, you can't get in anywhere. You can't even get to the spark plugs without having like a 10-inch tool to get down there to, pop your spark plug out and, re-gap it, or, check it or whatever, replace it. So,
And you have to take all kinds of other stuff off first.
yeah, 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 yeah. It's crazy, and all the plastic shit that's inside engines now too. I mean, it's
Yeah.
like,
And then as you're working on them around here, you pull out a mouse. Oh, I got some chicken food the other day, put it in my trunk. And I left it in my trunk for, just a few hours. I go and I open the trunk up and there's a hole in the bag.
oh crap!
I obviously have a mouse in my trunk.
Jeez.
That's that's what happens when you live out in the rural. You got
Yeah, right, right.
wildlife. Well, anyway, I'll let you go because I know
Okay,
you're in
man.
a hurry to get that game. We'll chat later.
Yeah, yeah. I'll be on Signal, and then if you want to get in Discord, I'll wait and see what time works for anybody, or I don't know. We'll see. I don't know what JC's doing tonight. Maybe he'll chime in or something. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, I'll be up for a couple more hours if you guys want to come back on later.
Okay.
You probably got
Well, it's
your
3 hours.
game will probably go about 3 hours though.
Yeah, it'll run until at least 10:30. So that'll be
Yeah,
that'll be
I'll probably be in
time.
bed by then.
Yeah. All right, buddy. Well, thanks. Thanks for showing up.
Yeah,
And we'll do it
my
again
pleasure.
as long as everybody's willing to do it. So
I am. Yeah.
cool. All right,
All
man.
right. Take
All right. Take
care.
care. See ya.
Bye bye.